Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to come and run my mouth for a quick second. Um, let's talk about the mess going on up in Atlanta. All right. So, Drew Sidora's estranged husband, Ralph Pittman, blasts her for playing the battered victim, and claims she only asked him to adopt her eldest son as a money grab for child support. You're not going to take advantage of me. The ongoing divorce between Drew Sidora and Ralph Pittman continues to get ugly. Following the season 15 reunion of RHOA, the couple shared messages online that made it clear where their strained relationship stands. Actress and reality star Drew Sidora was the first to comment on the reunion, addressing the explosive confrontation she had with Ralph Pittman's alleged cousin, Courtney Rhodes. Reportedly, Rhodes joined the series after discovering that she and Pittman are related. Um, Sadora wrote to Twitter, I must always protect and stand for my children against this type of evil. I gave him the opportunity to shut his unverifiable fake cousin down for disgusting comments made concerning my son. However, he refused to do so, and it breaks my heart. In the follow up message, she added, she meant to be nasty and rude, making comments and dragging my child into this. Kids are always off limits, girl. No, they're not. That's what y'all say, girl. That's what y'all say, okay? Because it sounds cute to say, but we know for a fact the kids are not off limits, okay? That's it. That's all. We're done. Um, girl, we're not. I'm not going into the whole. Y'all already know what Drew's supposed to be talking to Ty and all that mess. This is what Ralph had to say. It's time to speak the truth, so let's be real. You expect me to pay child support when he has a father that wants to play an active role in his life, but you won't let him. Your adoption request was only a money grab in control. Since the age of 3, I stepped up to fill the gap as a man and unconditionally provided from my heart without expectations. I will continue being there, but you're not going to take advantage of me or use this show to get your way. I understand playing the battered victim role earns you sympathy on this platform, but you will respect me as a father. Whose father? Josiah's or the other two? Because I know you're not talking saying all this, but then in the same breath, girl, say you will respect me as a father. You just said that Drew is, girl, trying to do a money grab, but then but girl, towards the end of the of this girl dissertation, girl, you say she will respect you as a father, girl. I love all my kids and have given them the world, including you. It's about them now. Hashtag respect. So I asked the question on Twitter. I said, didn't Ralph say that his son's bio father said that if he wanted to adopt, he wouldn't stand in the way because he's been there for him? Can y'all help me out? I think I remember Ralph saying that either to Drew and her mother or in his confessional. Shout out to everybody who responded. Shout out to LTV Productions. This is what he said. No, he said after having a conversation with the bio dad, he said the dad would not like it if he adopted Josiah. Ralph first said he was going to adopt him and then flipped on Drew and said the dad didn't want him to, so he is going to honor his wishes. Shout out to Socially Stacy. Now this is now maybe I'm just agreeing with Stacy, girl, because she like confirming what I thought. Maybe that's why I'm agreeing with Stacy. But this is what Stacy said. Shout out to Socially Stacy. Yes, Ralph lied and said that he didn't want him to adopt him. But in reality, he said it would bother him, but he wouldn't stand in his way. I'm telling y'all, I think I'm almost sure that's what Ralph said. He said that's what the dad said, the biological father. So Ralph could have proceeded with the adoption, but as suspected, he had one foot out the door and only said that to write a book. That's what I thought happened too. I don't know, right? So we have two people. Well, we had LTV Productions, Stacy. Somebody else put shout out to Bay Ladybug. Shout out to you. She said no. This is someone else saying no, right? Because I asked the question, could they help me out? Ralph said the bio father stated he did not want Ralph to adopt the child unless Ralph and Drew were going to spend money to take the man to court, prove he's an unfit parent to get his rights terminated. There's nothing they can do. I mean, girl, he was in prison. I'm not trying to say just because you're in prison, you're an unfit parent, but girl. Someone else put he absolutely said that, and someone else put yes, you're right, cousin. This is all I'm gonna say. I think that it is absolutely whack. Let me tell you what I put in the comment section. You know, I stay in the comment section. The fact that he has been in this child's life since he was 3, and he's now a teenager, but is saying that Drew is after a money grab. Wreck-It Ralph is the definition of niggas ain't shit. Ralph has been in this little boy's life since he was 3. Since he was 3. How could you even fix your mouth to say that Drew is using Josiah? Because that's what you said. You didn't say it, but you said it as a money grab. And you've been in this little boy's life since he was 3. And I think he's 13 now. 12 or 13. Let me make sure. I don't want to be on the internet lying. Let's see. Let's Google it. Google is your friend. Drew Sidora. Here we go. Drew Sidora kids. Okay, so he's 12. So Makai is 8, Anaya is 2, and then they have a 12-year-old son, Josiah, from a previous. Okay, so he's 12. He's not necessarily a teenager, but almost a teenager. So you've been in this boy's life since he was 3. You have the nerve to turn around and say that she's using Josiah as a money grab. Listen, I'm going to say something. I could try and make sense what Ralph was saying if Drew and Ralph had been together for a year or 2 and she was trying to push adoption, and then she hurried up and filed for divorce, right? I could see that. But girl, y'all have been together for too long for you to be getting online talking about she's trying to use Josiah as a money grab. No, what happened, Ralph, is that you used Josiah as a money grab. Because we're going to call a thing a thing. You had one foot out the door, but you are also using Josiah to write a book about step parenting, knowing damn well you were about to end that marriage. Now, I don't know if I keep saying, I want to say Ross. I don't know if Ralph made any money off the book, but the fact still remains he wrote a book with the intentions of making money to talk about his relationship or the road you go down to being a step parent. When he knew the whole time he was probably halfway checked out of that marriage. Let's just call a thing a thing. Let's just call a thing a thing. I think it's absolutely disgusting that Ralph would even say some shit like this. I think that's worse than what Courtney said. To get on, let's read what Ralph wrote again. It's time to speak the truth, so let's be real. You expect me to pay child support when he has a father. He has a father, but the nigga was in prison. Girl, I don't give a damn if Ralph is a biological father or not to Josiah. You are his father. You are his father. That man is just someone who slept with Drew and she got pregnant. Josiah don't even want no relationship with, I don't know if he still does to this day, but at one point Josiah didn't even want a relationship with that man. And I don't blame Drew for not wanting that man to, listen, if my son is saying he doesn't want a relationship with you, and we've all determined that this man that I'm sleeping in the bed with is his father, then girl, you don't get to get out of prison and come over here and disrupt whatever we got going on. You're going to have to get in where you fit in. But this is his father. Anyways, your adoption request was only a money grab and control. AKA, you're using your son to try to get money from me. Even though I've been in this little boy's life since the age of 3. I'm skipping over some of this. I understand playing the battle victim role. She's not playing. Girl, this is the thing. Ralph, you ain't shit. We've all seen that you wasn't shit since y'all first stepped on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like Drew ain't got some ain't shit ways because she do too. But out of the both of you, girl, Ralph, you're a mess. You're a mess. Now, Drew might be a mess with her friends on the show, but girl, you're a mess with Drew within your marriage. I understand playing the battle victim role earns you sympathy on this platform, but you will respect me as a father. Girl, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, fuck you. Y'all better start cussing these niggas out. What y'all think? What y'all think? I don't like that. I'm gonna even take it a step further. I'm about to say something that's gonna sound a little ignorant, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Even when y'all were saying that Eva had used Michael to adopt her daughter, it crossed my mind like, girl, are y'all telling the truth? Girl, because it was like, girl, right after they got into, right after like he adopted the little girl, all of a sudden, girl, they get the divorce. I was like, oh, but even that, I don't think that. I don't think that, right? Because it's come out that girl ain't nobody paying child support, ain't nobody paying alimony, ain't nobody doing none of that, right? But it crossed my mind once I saw people saying that online. I was like, "Ooh, girl, is that the truth? Is that what? Like, is that what happened?" I was like, I know she ain't did that. Like, did she do that? Did she? Ooh, girl. But I don't think that. But with Drew and Ralph, like, girl, you've been in this like with Michael and Eva. I guess they've been together. Well, I don't know how long they were together. But with you and Drew, you've been in this little boy's life since he was 3. He calls you dad. Girl, I didn't call my stepdaddy daddy. Girl, I called him by his first name. This little boy calls you dad because that's what he looks at you as. You're the only father that he knows. He didn't know that nigga that was in prison. That's why when y'all were trying to make him forge a relationship with him, he was probably like, girl, what are y'all talking about? This is my daddy right here. I don't know that man. That is not my daddy. This is my daddy. So for Ralph to turn around and then say that Drew is using Josiah as a money grab, even though he's been in this boy's life since he was 3, I think is absolutely whack and bullshit. Anyways, Kenya Moore reacts to Real Housewives of Atlanta producer liking shady post Marlo Hampton made about her. Wow. So it looks like even reality TV show producers like to partake in the drama. One RHO producer was caught allegedly liking a shady post Marlo Hampton made about fellow reality star Kenya Moore recently, prompting her to respond online. A social media account that covers entertainment news seemingly caught the moment. Hashtag Bravo producer, hashtag Eric Fuller, involved himself in the feud between Kenya Moore and Marlo Hampton. Their drama began after Hampton wrote on Twitter, "Looks like y'all fell flat tonight. From her outfit to her tired reads, blank fake ass subpoena, and still not open salon, blaming production for her lack of story." That's what Marlo wrote. Hampton made the comments following the show's season 15 reunion. Girl, we already know the reunion came up, blah, 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 blah. After Hampton made the post addressing the situation online, it seems Fuller took the moment to double down on the claim she made. It's assumed that the Bravo employee liked the post in a reference to more blaming production for a lack of a luster storyline. The Twitter account who caught the like took a screenshot showing Fuller's Instagram account pop up. Once more caught wind of what went down, she took to her own Twitter to address the situation in a one-word response. The Bravo Light wrote, "Wow." Some people saying that girl, it is what it is because Kenya got down to Carlos King's show and said what she said about production. So I guess they're saying if she can say that, then production has every right, I guess, to defend themselves. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I could see. In production, they're only human beings, but I also feel like, like your production. You know what I'm saying? Like the truth of the matter is, even with Eric liking or allegedly liking Marlo's post, it only kind of proves that girl they have like so it is not making the claims that Kenya has made, and from what we also think that girl y'all are in to protect Marlo. What y'all think? Y'all think Eric was wrong? I think what it is, honey, girl, Eric, no girl, it's getting hot in the kitchen, and it's a possibility, girl. There might be a possibility that he could lose his job down to RHOA, not lose his job completely with Bravo or Truly Original, but girl, I think it's getting hot in the kitchen because this season was a mess. And the truth of the matter is, even if Eric wants to sit here and say that he ain't got nothing to do with editing, you have a lot to do with producing, producer, girl. And it looks like Eric and his team, girl, they don't know what the fuck they doing. And I think Eric is supposed to be Carlos's girl protege. Girl, I said, girl, what? Talking about Carlos King can produce season 6? That's his brother? Or Minty, whatever they call child. What y'all think? Girl, we're not gonna sit here and act like girl. We know what's going on. It is a protect Marlo type of situation going on for whatever reason. I think that it's gonna be weird as hell if they end up losing Kenya Moore, girl, over Marlo Hampton. I don't have no issue with Marlo. I think Marlo was eating it up at the reunion, the first part. But girl, y'all gonna mess around and girl, that ship real because girl, we gonna call it thing, girl. Girl, that ship, girl, I'm gonna go ahead and have this. That ship is slowly but surely sinking. And if they don't do something real fast, honey, girl, it's gonna be the Titanic. Girl. Hmm. Anyways, that's all I had to say. Girl, I'll be back later, maybe, and we can talk about some other stuff. All right, y'all. I'm gone. Bye, y'all.